Whatever goes around comes around.
Turn it up a little bit more.
Every lifetime is a lesson.
Thank you.
This is what I find. No matter who you are, gonna have your ups and downs. Whatever goes around comes around.
Waking up to all this bright light shining in my face. People screaming, don't move, or you're gonna get sprayed with mace. Babies crying, saying, please don't take daddy away. All the while.
I want to tell you about my best friend named Cuckoo. So ladies, listen up. And fellas, yeah, let me school ya. God is with me, Cuckoo. Don't try me for a fool. Loyal be me to you. Tight like the old school. Slip on her drip, stuck on her grip. Keep her with them trip. Hustle, she a flip. Spiritual guru. Powers coming through. Breaking them old rules. Breathing that new. Fast and that cool. Eating juicy fruit. Juicy sweet too. Cuckoo clean, boo. Let her loose. No controlling this thing. Cuckoo. Boy, I'm rolling this thing. Let her loose. No controlling this thing. Boy, I'm holding this thing. Let her loose. No controlling this thing.
I can't let a bum try to touch me. On a higher level, all these hoes know it's one thing. No, sir, you are disgusting. Get up on my face, before I handle your lesson. I've been in the gym, got him fiending. Not your body built, but I still got him leaning. You should close your mouth, cause you're reeking. No, I'm not linking this motherfucking weekend. I'm the highest vibe in this bitch. I'm the highest vibe in this bitch. Realest glow that you could find in this bitch. If you see no trouble finding this bitch, cause I'm the highest vibe in this bitch. I'm the highest vibe in this bitch. Realest glow that you could find in this bitch. If you see no trouble finding this bitch. Once upon a time I hoe, thought that she could try me. But when it come back around, baby, you should cry me. Only pour love in the people who surround me, so the negativity don't bite me in the honey. Focus on my energy, create what defines me. Made to open up the mind that ain't no one can find me. If you could remind me, try to keep my heart big, ego really tiny, cause I'm real high, real light, I'm fire. Ooh, cause I'm real high, real light, I'm fire. Ooh, I'm the highest.
Okay, Brandon, go Chuck. Don't miss the excitement. I see you up there.
If you see no trouble,
All right, y'all. So everybody, that was Ro P. Hill, Gaia, and Rel B, some of our artists that have been here on the Private Room with Tiffany. And so we have a nice group tonight, real sexy group tonight, and I'm excited. I am so excited. So I wanted to take a moment to let everybody briefly introduce themselves, tell us what city you're in. I don't know. I think I'm going to have one spouse introduce the other spouse. Let's make this fun. So y'all know me. I'm Sunshine. I'll have my beautiful co-host, Miss Tiffany. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. It's Tiffany K, the other Tiffany. Happy to see all y'all's faces tonight. Thank you for joining us. I am out of Charleston, South Carolina, by way of the Northeast, Connecticut to be exact. And I'm just here for the ideas and the love and all of that good stuff. So
Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight. So we have a special go-host. Well, we can say go-host because she's here with us tonight. We have a special co-host tonight, Miss award-winning radio host of True Dreams Radio, Miss Kiara. She is on here. Is it Kiara or Kiara? I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
Kiara.
No, okay, Kiara. Okay. So she is award-winning, y'all. She has won best podcast, best radio show for, was the last 2-3 years?
No, well, no, 1 year, 2000.
1 year, but she's been nominated. She's been
Yes,
nominated
oh,
more than
boy,
one,
yeah,
and
Queen
she
City
won.
for life.
Yes, yes. So that is how I came behind across her, is just seeing her nominations. She did win this last year, so we are very excited to have her on with us tonight. So please, please, please introduce yourself and tell us about your radio show.
Hey, let's get it, you guys. So I am Kitty Mo, also Kiara Wilson. I am the owner, you guys, and one of the radio personalities for an award-winning radio station out in the Carolinas. And now we are in Tampa, Florida, by the name of True Dreams Radio 24/7. We do stream all genres of independent artist music, old school, new school, R&B, you guys. We did win one award, and that was the Charlotte's People Choice Awards, you guys, in 2019. Yes, we have continuously been nominated for Best Radio Station for the Queen City Awards. Shout out to them, you guys. So we definitely do appreciate every year getting that love. So I'm definitely excited to be a part of you guys' movement. Shout out to, I know you missed the excitement. So shout out to a couple people I'm familiar with on this, great discussion tonight. So thank you so much for having me, Sunshine. Thank you, and Tiffany too.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm very excited to have you on. We've been trying to get you on for just a couple of weeks, so I'm glad that you were able to make time to be on with us, and we are looking forward to having you tonight as one of our beautiful, sexy co-hosts. Yes. All right. So we have our veteran couple who we've had. This is our second time having Bugsy and his beautiful wife Winter Storm on. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce each other, however y'all want to start, but I'm gonna have y'all introduce each other. Yes.
Okay, I would like to introduce to everyone my lovely, amazing, talented husband, Mr. Bugsy Calhoun. Give it up for him.
Love it. Woo! Yay! All right. Introductions.
Because I heard what you had said. From Allendale, South Carolina, now residing in Columbia, South Carolina. I want you to give up to the novelist, the educator, the poet, the mother, the arranger, the financier, my better half.
Yes.
Karen L. Joyner Washington, aka Winter Storm. You better know it.
Yes.
Everybody better clap. Y'all tell me back there about it. I want more than teeth. I want hand claps.
I'm telling you, I'll let's see if y'all can top that, fellas. Let's see if y'all can top that, fellas and ladies. I don't know.
Let's see. Okay. Which y'all got?
I know. That was beautiful. All right, okay. So we're gonna go to the lover and the giver. Let's see. Go ahead, introduce each other. Introduce each other.
I'm gonna go first because there's no introduction. I wasn't Charlotte born, but Charlotte raised and in the community as often as he can. The other and good-looking half of the lover and the giver, Mr. Excitement, Brandon A.K. Chuck Brown.
Love it. Okay, so which one's the lover and who's the giver?
I'm the lover. We're supposed to be talking about that tonight, but he's the lover.
I'm sorry. Okay, we can come back to it. Okay, go ahead, Miss Excitement.
I want to introduce y'all to the executive
director
right? of Project 704 with my beautiful wife, who we've been married 7 years.
Keep going.
No.
Going
Judith
on
said,
7
keep it going.
years. Judith Elise Brown.
Oh, he gotta be too sexy tonight. Too sexy tonight,
Y'all wanted it. Y'all got it.
So I'm the giver.
What was that voice, Mr. Excitement? Okay. I heard some Barry White in there.
Valentine's Day.
Quiet storm going on.
Yes, it's Valentine's Day weekend. Valentine's Day in 2 days.
Look at that. Look at that. Did he just bark at you? Was that a bark?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give a little tiny little introduction here. We have the Houstons here, okay? So Miss Donnie, she is probably tired of this story, but I'm gonna tell the story anyway. I met Donnie about how the twins are 16. So I met her about 14 years ago. 14 years ago. And this is gonna be a crazy story, y'all. Okay, because y'all gonna be like, what? Okay, so I was going through a period and I was in the hospital, and you know how they put the person outside the door to make sure that you stay sane and make sure that you good. That was Donnie. And Donnie came in the room and she was like, are you okay? You know, I'm just here to support you. And she like actually rubbed my face and I'm like, are you supposed to be doing this? But she did it to make me feel comfortable. And when I tell you that after that, I just fell in love with her as a friend, as a person, as a mom, at just everything, as a caregiver, because she was really there for me in a dark moment. And so when I heard that Miss Donnie was getting married, and then I heard about her wifey, which I'm gonna let them introduce each other, I was like, yes, because she deserves all the happiness in the world, and I can tell that they are happy. So that's my little story out there, and one of the reasons why they on here tonight, because if it wasn't for Donnie, I don't know how it would have been that night. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce each other.
Well, before then, but wait a minute. I met you at Latosha's when you did that party. That was my first time meeting you.
Oh, yes, you did. You met me.
Yes, you had me at that party doing crazy stuff. Let's start there.
Oh, that's right. I did a toy party.
You had the exotic.
I did.
Yes.
I did. So we were hosting a toy party. So the one I just told you about, that stands out because it was like, it was no one else around. There wasn't a bunch of dildos and stuff all over the place. It was a little bit more personal. But yes, that's right. I did. I met you at a toy party. I was actually the person selling the toys. You are so right. How could I forget that? The
host.
Okay.
Yes,
all
you
right.
were.
So go ahead and introduce each other.
Had me in front of people doing crazy things. Yes.
I did. We were doing all kinds of stuff.
My chocolate covered cherry. My boo thing, my baby mom. Yeah, all of that. This is the Mrs. Houston, Duplin County. Yes, this is my boo. Charlotte Rays. We've been, high school sweethearts. This is my baby, Cassie Pooh, also known as Cassara J. Houston.
Okay. Thank you.
My lover, my baby daddy. On a good day. No, but born in Fayetteville, Charlotte raised her. This is my Donnie. You got a glimpse of who she is. That's heart of gold.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming on. So as y'all can see, we have a wide range of relationships in here tonight on purpose. So I want to hear y'all's love story. I think it's really important for people to kind of see how y'all met and all of that good stuff. So Tiffany, am I missing anything before we go into the love stories? What you think?
No. Oh, maybe dynamic but
yes. So we always talk about dynamics on here, y'all. So I guess what we can do is when y'all are telling your love story, tell us what your relationship dynamic is. And that way we can really get to know y'all. So we're going to start with Bugsy and Winter Storm. Tell us your love story.
So we are both poets, of course. Everybody, most people know that. We're both poets, and I was doing some erotic poetry, and he happened to catch it online. Am I right?
Instagram.
On Instagram, he caught it, and
she was in Charlotte.
I was in Charlotte
at Diamonds.
At Diamonds in Charlotte at the time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he caught it, and he was intrigued.
Okay. Wait, isn't Diamonds a strip club?
It was. It is. But
Okay.
they were having an erotic. Israel the poet was hosting erotic poetry.
Okay.
Events there.
Israel the poet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
so-
We know Israel. We know Israel.
Yeah. And so he made a post, I think, on his page, and he had his artwork. He loves art, so he had artwork on it. And I was like, I like them elephants. Can I get to see them in person? So he was like, sure. And that's pretty much how it started. And we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Miss
And
Kira,
the
you got some
dynamic of our
questions for them?
relationship is open. We're in an open relationship. Some people may call us poly, but I don't care what no one calls us. We're open. And open means it's a continuous conversation, continuous understanding, always being open and honest with one another and how we feel, and the movements and the things that we do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even concern nobody else. And in 5 years together, 6 years together, 6 years together, June 30th, and 3 years married, June 12th. We haven't had one argument, not one fight, not one argument. And we don't do it not because we mastered it, but we come to a place where we deal with ourselves first, and then we come to the table and we discuss and openly and honestly listen to what one another has going on. And even if there's misunderstandings along the way, at the end of the day, I know that anything she does is in love, and it's same with me. So it's not like we're perfect. We're far from perfect. but our number one goal is peace.
Yeah.
And trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
If we can't have those two things, then we don't got nothing at all.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Wow.
Yes.
Not one argument? Not one?
No. We had one time when we was we had a misunderstanding. She got up and she walked away. And I think it was like 3 days. It took us 3 days before we came together. And then we realized it was a simple misunderstanding. It was something dealing with her nephew. And I remember like it was yesterday. But no, we don't argue. We don't argue. And it ain't like we're trying. We just know. I promise you, no cap. We don't argue about nothing. We will actively listen and conversate until we come to a medium. And even if we feel still, like sometimes even when we're finished and we're cool and everything's over, I still may feel away. She might even feel away, but we still deal with ourselves too. You know, that's with any relationship in this world. We to moving forward, we deal with ourselves. You gotta have that conversation with yourself. Why am I holding on to this? Why am I begrudging her or him over something?
Yeah.
And I mean,
because words hurt. Like at the end of the day, you can't take it back. You can say I'm sorry, but in the back of your mind, you still hearing what that person said to you in the heat of a moment. And like we said, we're poets, so we know how important words are. So if we're about to pop off, that we know that's our stop point. Like we gotta stop. And we gotta take a minute. And like he said, 3 days was the longest we went. We didn't really talk to each other. We just because we was dealing. We was both dealing with what was going on. And when we, like he said, when we sat down and talked, we was like, we got mad over that. We disagreed with each other over that.
And even when we was mad, it wasn't like we didn't take care of each other.
Oh no, never that.
We made sure each one of us was straight. We cooked, we covered, we did whatever was necessary. Gas in the car, take care of responsibility. Just because we upset with one another don't mean that. I mean, her favorite thing is, I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Yeah.
So
I understand.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course, you're the co-host, girl. You can say whatever you want.
It sounds like you guys really got down to checking the ego before the ego checked the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people now in today's society have a hard time checking their own ego, especially when they're in a committed relationship with a partner, because they're allowing their ego to overtake their emotion, and then it's just like, ugh. And then that's what leads to the arguments and everything else. So I love that for you guys. And I just want to say thank you because the last time you guys were on, y'all shed some light to me on my situation. And I never got a chance to say thank you guys for that. So I just want to say thank you now. So I really appreciate you guys.
Nice.
Nothing but love, Tiff.
Yeah.
And Tiff. For real, nothing but love.
Yes. Miss Kiera, we didn't ask you. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Nice. How long have you been in a relationship?
Actually, well, it'll be 2 years in August. So, yes.
Tell us about him. You cheesing, girl. Tell us about him.
Right. I do feel like I'm cheesing big, but it's so funny. Honestly, how it happened because to me, I feel like it was just honestly just more natural than any past like situationships or relationships that I had. So when I'm feeling good, at a cookout or something like that, when I'm, enjoying myself, the best way to put it. One of the like silly things I like to do, I love freestyling. So now I'm not a rapper whatsoever at all, but it's something when I enjoy freestyling. So I went to a cookout and they were freestyling. So I naturally like joined the freestyle little clique. Of course, there was nothing but guys or whatever, basically. And then my homegirl that was with me, so freestyle or whatever. And one of the guys that was freestyling, of course, from my station, the guy that was freestyling, he was an artist. So he was the only person that was an artist like in the circle at the time. So they had us introduce each other. And we were like, okay, cool. So told him, of course, about True Dreams. He told me about him at the time. He did music before. He does battle rap now, but at the time he did music. So we basically connected doing like interviews. So for 3 years, we was just genuinely friends. Nice. And so it was just like really kind of like a nothing more, nothing less thing. Really just like a respect thing on business. And going into, I want to right around like 2022, basically, we just really just kept connecting, like being more close, like outside of just being our names, Kitty Mo, and, and Psych. So it was more than that, at this point, like just a friendship. And the crazy thing about it is that like, as dominant as both of us are in our industry, we're very much so like vulnerable, like sensitive, like we like to express ourselves. So we really had just so many like similarities when it came down to what we wanted as like a relationship. When it came down to, like wanting marriage, wanting children. Neither one of us have children. Neither one of us has been married. So it was just like a moment where we just wanted to, we really kind of like realized like, dang, like we're expecting this from like others and people are now on that level. But now, granted, we got the same kind of like common ground. So it really kind of started as like a laughter and joke, looking at us like, wait, what's going on, but then, however, we really just kind of moved forward, really just decided to really just talk things out, started talking, got into a relationship. And last year in 2023, we moved out here to Tampa. And this was our first time ever, both of us being in Tampa. So we just wanted to kind of focus on like moving out here and being more of our individual selves outside of just always hustling, being Kitty Mo and Psych,
Yes, I love that. Yeah. So I remember when you posted that you were moving to Florida, I was like, ma'am, no, where you going?
It was really honestly kind of sudden too. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, it wasn't, especially because I've been doing True Dreams for like now it's been 9 years. Like, it was really sudden, but it was more of I really would say like this time I was choosing like Kiera. Yeah. Like for the past like 9 years, it's been like Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, like True Dreams. Like, so I really wasn't focusing on myself like as a woman, me wanting to become a wife, me wanting to become a mother. Like I knew that I felt like I had it, but I really wasn't working on my spirit and I wasn't working on, just my stability just in general too, to be prepared for that type of role. So it was just kind of like a perfect timing. I'm about my money though. I'm not gonna front. So to be honest, Florida, I ended up finding a condo that was like the same price for a home that I was renting, but they were going up on me in Charlotte, like extra, and I'm full time at the time. So I'm like, listen, I'm Tupac, baby. I'm making $1 out of 15 cents, baby. I'm like really hustling this thing. Like, y'all killing me. So they were going up, and then just so happened I was just late night, like the little memes on Zillow. I gotta find me a home. So I just started like looking in Tampa randomly, and I literally found the condo that like matched my exact rent that I was paying in Charlotte. And I was like, okay, you know, I always thought that I had to have like, you know, quote unquote, more money to move to a bigger state like Florida. So really when my lifestyle was able to match, I did decided to humble myself, and I went back to, which was a great company too. I went back to a remote 9-to-5 that I'm working at now. And that's just now because one, to ownership, own a home, you know, but however, it's just been a blessing. So, you know, it was just definitely the support of being able to have my partner just believe in it too. And now he has a career out here and he's doing his thing. So I'm super proud of him too.
Congratulations. That's a beautiful love story. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So the Houstons, tell us your love story. How did y'all connect?
So we have been friends or knowing each other for over 17 years.
Oh, wow.
It was just, you know, get it and go on, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever. But so we still stay connected. We still stay connected. It's been years since we saw each other, and we happened to see each other at our godmom's funeral. And it was just the same feeling, because I've always had a crush on her, believe it or not. And it was that same feeling when I saw her again. And then in 2018, she slid in my DM.
So did.
I got out of a toxic relationship. We both got out of a toxic relationship, honestly. And she slid in the DM, and I slid right back to her. And March 6th, we will be together for 6 years. And June 5th is our wedding anniversary. We've been married for 3 years.
We literally got married 3 years to the same date that I proposed. So it was amazing. I always had feelings for her as well. And when we got together, it was just like these butterflies that you couldn't get rid of. Like it was amazing. Like you could never explain it. And then, you know, we kind of went on about our business. But this particular time when I got out this relationship, listen, I wanted to do my coming to America. I wanted to sow my royal oats. I didn't want to be bothered. But, you know, that night I went over, and it was just like, I could not shake it. I couldn't. I mean, I was sending edible arrangements to the job. She ended up getting sick second week. I made homemade chicken noodle soup, took it over there, was taking mine. So this was, I mean, she's shady too. I'm going to tell you the shady part.
I was about to say that. She did say I shaded her, because she was like, maybe one night I can get my parents to watch The Boys and I can spend the night. And I was like, yeah, that's nice, but I like sleeping in my own bed.
Yeah, okay. She sure enough did. I even asked her, because I slid in it. It was a little before Valentine's Day. And I even was like, you gonna be my little Valentine or whatever? And she's like, we'll see. So she agreed to be my Valentine after Valentine's Day. Like, I'm like, forget you. Now you don't want me to spend the night. So one night when I slid over there, you know, we ended up falling asleep. And just by chance, we didn't wake up until the morning came. So the next thing was like, so when you gonna come back and spend the night? Like, oh, really? Now you want me to?
Ever since.
Yeah. So I kind of just like moved in, and we kind of just started establishing things together. And just like you all, we don't argue. Like we literally have open communication. Does she sometimes get on my nerves? Yes, she does. I want to strangle her.
She does me.
Yes. But literally, if we have something, because you have to understand, listen, your partner's feelings are valid. They are valid how they feel. You cannot, how you make a person feel is valid. So we learned that early on. And just to say, hey, like you felt some type of way. Because sometimes I tell her, like, she might say something. I'm like, you said that with an attitude. Like, I feel like you made me feel, and then we just have to come back. But it's just open communication. We never argue when it comes down to the kids. She had a whole totally different upbringing. She was brought up in the country. They got put outside, and if they wanted water, they went to the spigot on the side of the house and got water. Where I grew up in Hidden Valley. You can find us on Gangland. So that's not where my parents had to have their eye on me. I didn't have that. They were very strict. I was in that house. They knew where I was. We were in church. We was at revival, 5 church services in a Sunday. So a whole different upbringing. So when it came to the kids, we really had to talk it out. This is going to be our way of parenting. We're going to get on the same page. They're not going to get anything past us. So if they ask me a question, they ask her a question. Hey, I got to talk to your mom. It's always a conversation. That is always our first go-to answer. You will never be able to hang us up because we're always going to check with the other person.
Exactly.
And
there's been times people have tried to turn us against each other.
Yes. Even couples that we thought were our friends, and something might have happened and, they went to her and said something, but we have that open communication that you can't go back and tell her anything that I've said that she doesn't know about. So we've watched a lot of couples fall from the wayside. But another thing is keeping those positive couples, those non-toxic relationships, our best friends, everybody, a lot of people are in the lifestyle and we hang out together and we have that healthy time, the couple talk, just like this. We have it in our dining room, our cook, and just having that, because what works for you might not work for me, but just sharing our experiences, it might take us a long way.
Right.
Especially being in a same-sex relationship where people expect you to fail. People, it was made for it to be a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman or a man and a man. But to be honest, you love who you love. Should I be with a man who's beating my tail and I'm not attracted to? No, I shouldn't. I should be with who I love. That is my decision. I have to answer to that. It's nobody else's business who I go to bed with. And, it's me and her. I'm very territorial. So yeah, I'll pull over the car and punch you in the face if I need to. But yeah,
we love it here.
Yeah, we love it here. We good.
we keep God first. That's our third string.
Yeah, we keep God, but we also keep that Medea going. You got to keep your piece of steel close. And so we also do that as well.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that for you, Donnie, because you definitely deserve to have everything that you have with Sarah. And I'm so glad to hear that the boys, they have, their bonus mom as well. Watching them grow up. Like so I'm so happy for you. Yes.
And it's crazy because now that we're married, the boys, they have the same initials.
Mm-hmm.
So before she was away, so our name, they have literally the boys and her, their initials are KJH. Mm-hmm. And so it's crazy how it just all came together. It's just like, it was meant to be.
Nice.
I was around when she first had Khalil.
Okay. Yep. I remember that.
And
I remember
Khalil
that.
will be 15. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
So yeah, so that's our story.
Wow. I love it. That's my first time hearing the whole story. I remember Donnie talking about you, Sarah, when y'all first started actually dating. So I'm glad that I was able to hear the whole story and that y'all are on tonight. Thank you.
Yes.
And last but not least, the lover and the giver, because now I got a whole lot of questions. about who's who.
I don't know how far, well, we can go back to we knew each other on Facebook before we actually met. And at the time, Chuck was running, he was running a group for singles in Charlotte called Single Saved and Serious.
I remember that.
And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good. Let me see what's going on. And but that's not really how we really were together. The first time I actually met him, he called me up and he said, hey, I'm having my birthday party in the park. Would you like to come? And I was like,
I inboxed you.
You inboxed me. And I said, okay, yeah, I guess I'll come out. What do you need me to bring? So I said, I'll stop and get some sodas and napkins. And I said, this is okay. But I'm going to go back a little further. So that year, 2015, I was like, you know what? I believe I'm supposed to be somebody's wife. And we're gonna go about this real serious. We're not gonna look left nor right. We're not gonna play no games. You know, I can be friends with everybody, but there's somebody that I think is supposed to be my husband. So I went out there, not, you know, just bringing the sodas and the what's called. And I showed up and I said, "Hey, I'm here." And he was like, "What did you say?" You said,
I had to go get my cousin to try to find out who that was.
"Who the heck is this woman
Yeah.
who just showed up?" And so then his two cousins came down, and they were so sweet. They were talking to me, trying to figure out who I was, and brought all the stuff up. And it was nice. I actually liked it because I could see everybody. You can't fake the funk in front of your family. I'm sorry. Mama was there, kids were there, cousins were there. You know, his dad was there. You know, cousins will throw you under the bus in a heartbeat. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to know everybody and everything about you.
So y'all's first time getting together was with family?
Was with family on his birthday. And because I really wanted to see the real you. I didn't want no representative.
Right.
So I wanted to see the real you. But I never forgot, like, what is it? You asked who's gonna make well, no, somebody said who's gonna make him a plate. And I'm thinking, you know, here's the family. It's his birthday, right?
Right.
You know, nobody stood up to make a plate. Now I have to tell y'all, I'm old school. Okay, I'm old school. I went over and I said, "Well, what do you want on the plate?" "I want a little bit of everything." And I was like, "You mean seriously everything?" And he was like, "Yeah, a little bit of everything." And I made the plate and I said, "What you want to drink?"
2 plates.
I made him 2 plates. I bought him his drink with a cup of ice. I was like, "Okay, you need your napkins. You need what else you need? Here you are. You the birthday boy, you know." Right. So we started hanging out that day. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm the kind of person, it got dark and I was, not that I was new to Charlotte by that point, but I was like, I still didn't know my way around. I was like, I gotta go home. Well, he ends up calling me, "Well, you know, we having a real after party at the press box."
Okay.
And I was like,
press box.
Yeah, I had an after party with press box with Stacey Blackman. Me and
Stacey Blackman. So I was like, no, I'm not coming. Why are you not coming? "No, I'm not going to the club with you. It's dark. I'm not driving anywhere. I just got home. I'm comfortable." He called me 10 times.
Wow.
And I said, "No, I'm not going. I don't know you that well." And finally,
I know that's right.
10th time, he said, "Well, what you doing tomorrow?" I said, "I'll be going to church." He said, "Well, what you doing after church?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Well, let's have a date after church." I said, "Bet, we could do that." We could do that. And so that was our first date. And then the next date was the craziest thing. We went to a buffet. And this man started pulling out his camera and putting the camera in my face like, "We going live right now. We going live." And I'm going,
he knew what he wanted. He knew what he
as
wanted.
soon as this date is over, I'm getting away from this man. I never want to see him again. He's crazy. And then he's still in the parking lot while I was going to my car. "Oh, let's go live. Let's go live. I want, you know, just talk about." And I was like, "Sir, is there something wrong with you? Get out. You choked. You ain't real. You choke." I said, "Yeah, I'm a choke, all right. I'm a choke you."
She got excited about the excitement, and I was trying to test her.
He was testing me. And I was like, "No, I ain't got nothing." So after that, the funny thing after that, though, is that at the time, there were 2 other people that I was talking to.
Okay.
That were interested.
Okay.
But it was like, "What you doing? Where are you going? What you doing this weekend? What you doing Monday?"
He was like, no.
I didn't even hear from them other 2 people because he was just like, "How you doing? Want to hang out here? You want to go there?"
I had to shove them on out the way. You go ahead and move. Go on about your business, bro.
Right.
Right here.
It was
go on about your business.
It was constant. And literally, real quick, we were dating for about 9 months, and I already knew I was in it. My heart was in it.
Oh.
And he was sort of like, "Well, you know, what'd you say? I don't
slow down.
I don't really have deep feelings for you." I
No,
said,
he didn't.
"Hold up.
No, he did it.
You mean to tell me
I'll believe that. I'll believe
I
that.
have been giving you exclusively all my time And you don't, by this point, you're not even deep feel. Oh, well, have a nice life. I'll see you later.
Right.
Remember, I was on a mission.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not wasting time. 9 months. So he was like, what are you talking about? I said, nice to meet you. Nice to know you. You
right
on the friend zone. Bye. And he would not let me go that night. I think we sat around for 3 hours until I said I would see him again. And 6 months later, we got married. 6 months later, we got married. Because I was like, hey, you just want to date, go out and date. That's fine. I'm not mad at anybody who just wants to date and ain't serious.
Right.
But I was like, look, I know. And before he says it out loud, there was a reason why I was kind of like, I'm ready to be a wife and be still or settled. Not that I'm still, I gotta take that back. But, so the year that I met him, he was turning 39. I was turning 50.
Okay. I did not know I had an age difference.
Go ahead and say it.
Know that.
You ain't know she 11 years older than me.
Yep. No,
I did not know that.
Usually he's yelling cougar all over the place.
Oh, cougar in the club.
Usually he's yelling cougar all over the place. Yeah, there was an age difference, and I was like, you know what? I just want to spend my life with somebody. But I will tell y'all something funny. Our second date, when he did that, we did go dancing, right? Was it our second date or our third date? I think it was our third date. We went dancing. And we stayed out till 2 a.m. You know, Charlotte bars and everything. Stayed out till 2 a.m. And that morning we got up and went to church. And I called my family. I said, I think this is it.
Oh.
And they're like, what are you talking about? I said, girl, we partied and closed the place down and got up and went to church the next day.
Okay.
We can do this. We can do this. Because you know what? I love the people who go to church, but I didn't want somebody so holy that they didn't know how to have a good time. They didn't know how to be out in the community. They didn't know how, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't want somebody so deep in, you know,
religious people.
Yeah, I didn't want that.
Holier than thou.
Right. I didn't want
you
that.
You going to hell?
I wanted somebody who understood truly what it meant. You know what I'm saying? To be in a relationship with God and have that all, but also just let's have fun. Let's have fun. Because there are a lot of people who, you know, are so religious, they're not having any fun. Nobody likes them.
Well,
let's just be real.
Wait a minute. They're having fun, but they're being real sneaky behind it.
Right? Or they doing they got to be real sneaky, and I got to go out of town. And we were like, nah, you know. Yeah. So we got the nickname, the Crazy Christians. The Crazy Christians. We got the nickname, the Lover. Well, the Lover and the Giver came, and that, you know, who's who. Our first date, second date. He don't even remember. Second date.
There was a second date.
He asked me. He said, "So, if you were to describe yourselves, what would you describe yourself as?" And I said, "I'm a giver. I know I'm a nurturer.
Okay.
I love to nurture dreams. I love to nurture businesses. I love doing all of that stuff." And I said, "So what do you see yourself up? And how did you say it?"
I'm a lover.
I said, "How corny can you get?" I was like, "That's the corniest thing." Anybody could say.
He had that cougar now. He was horny for that cougar girl.
I was like, you sound like Pepe Le Pew. I'm like, ain't nobody talking like that. Who talks like that? But that stuck. And the first day of our after our wedding, we did the first Lover and Giver live on Facebook. And we've been doing it. April will make 7 years that we've been doing Lover and Giver.
Yes, nice. I love that story.
Yes,
I love it. Look at Bugsy. Bugsy, you crying over there? No, I'm just messing with you.
No, it was something that said them two
when you know what you want,
when you know
what you want, you gotta go after it.
Yeah,
some of them 2 plates.
Yes. So I've heard a couple of things. Like I heard a couple of things in all three of you. One, not doing a whole lot of arguing. So that means that y'all are communicating. Y'all have really good communication.
No, we argue.
Oh,
we
yeah,
argue.
yeah.
Well,
We
I know,
Yeah.
but we have Bugsy and Winter Storm and the Houstons. They said we ain't gonna be doing all that arguing. But then we heard communication. Communication is across the board.
Yes.
Here, especially even with Kiara and her hubby, talking about communication and just talking about like, this is what I want, and being intentional and being direct about what you want is a big thing. And I'm hearing that in all the relationships that are here right now. So we're here tonight talking about romance. So how long, you said Bugsy and Winter, y'all been together 6 years?
It'll be 6 years in June, yes.
June 30th of 6 years.
Okay. And then the Houstons, y'all have been together how long?
6 years, March the 6th.
6 years too? Okay.
3, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
6 years, 6 years. And the lover and the giver, how long have y'all been together?
This year makes 9 years together, 7 years married.
Nice. Okay. All right. 6, 6, 7. And then Kiara, you and your boyfriend have been together for 2 years. Okay. Now, Tiffany, we haven't heard your love story. Tell us about you and Yuri. Well, look at her smiling. Look at her.
Me and Yuri have been together going on 8.5 years. We met each other over social media. I noticed this stranger liking a lot of my stuff on Instagram. So I'm the type to be like, what is your angle? So I slid in his DMs like, good morning. How are you? And we still joke about it, but we've had our ups and downs and trials and tribulations and all of that stuff, because I'm realistic about things and I look at it like he's not perfect and neither am I. So all we can do is perfect a realistic relationship between the two of us. He's my rock. I love him to pieces. And we also identify as, well, he identifies as polyamorous. I identify as open. Once again, thanks to you guys. That's what I realized. And it works for us. And one thing that I can say that has kept the longevity between him and I is that we compromise a lot. We understand that there's going to be growth individually, and because of the individual growth, it's going to lead to growth within the relationship as well. So we just think outside of the box and get creative on how we can keep it together. And it's just worked for us through these years. And this is the longest relationship I've ever been in and he's ever been in. So, yeah. Nice. We call each other life partners. So we are manifesting that into our future. I don't think we can see each other apart from outside of our own lives. So have I gotten sick of him? Yes. Yes, I have. Has he gotten sick of me? Absolutely.
Yes.
But we are aware that we're not easy people to get along with, especially when we're both on a healing journey. So I feel like it's my responsibility to work on myself, and it's his responsibility to work on himself. And then we can come together like a meeting of the minds and talk about what it is that we're healing from, childhood traumas, and things like that. And it's really, it's helpful to have a partner kind of go through things like that too. So.
Yeah. Nice. And y'all have been together. I'm sorry. So tell me again, how long y'all have been together?
Going on 8.5 years.
Okay. All right. So y'all know Cedric and I, we've been together for 7 years, married. We are practicing polyamory right now. That's something that we decided for our marriage that works for us. And we met from someone suggested him for a logo for me. And his prices were too high for me at the time because it was my nonprofit. And I was like, I ain't paying that much for a nonprofit logo. And then after that, he just started stalking all my pictures. He was liking my pictures, loving my pictures, and so forth and so on. And he's 9 years younger than me. And he went into my DMs. And I was just like, no, sir, you're too young for me. And I did like you, Cassera. I shaded him for a good bit. Like, you're too young for me. No, sir, you're too young for me. And then finally, when I agreed to go on a date with him, the night before, his apartment complex, his whole building burned down. The day before we're supposed to go on our first date. And I saw it on Facebook and I called him and I was like, what is going on? Do you need anything? I was actually in Atlanta visiting another guy when I saw it. And so I was just like, what's going on? Tell me, or do you need anything? And I promised him I would leave the next morning earlier than I planned. I came here, went with him, tried to help him salvage his apartment for the next couple of days. And actually my daughter invited him to sleep on our couch because his hotel days had run out for his insurance. And he came and sat on my couch for about a week. And then one night I was like, you want to come upstairs with me? And after that, he never left. That was it. So yeah, he moved in. We didn't even make it on a first date before he moved in. So it was me offering my couch because he was out of his home. Really lost everything, clothes, furniture, everything. He lost everything in that fire, and was on my couch for a week. And then I invited him up for a late night talk, and he never left. So
my boyfriend just came here, and I'm dying because I'm 5 years younger than him. So
okay,
and he loves to. Older. Excuse me, older than him.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But he always make a joke that he tried to talk to me, and I quote unquote shaded him.
Oh, I did.
I was Kitty Mo, but I
definitely did.
Yeah, that's all just dying because I'm like, okay, like he's in the background like that, like
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we've been together for 7 years, and he's 9 years younger than me. So it's a couple cougars on here, Miss Lover. I mean, Miss Giver. There's a couple of cougars on here. Okay,
5 years.
Yeah,
so cougars are cool.
Cool. We are. So with you, Kiara, being the youngest of the relationships on here, I'm gonna let you kind of take over let's learn about some romance in the relationships. I'm gonna let you take over for a minute.
Right. So I will admit, definitely. So I'm 32. I'm gonna put my age out there. I'm 32. My partner is 27. So, basically, of course, hearing being stand out, like I like the transparency from all three of you guys, being able from the lover and the giver, I will admit, like we do deal with arguments, but I noticed, with the other two couples that you guys said that y'all don't argue. Now, the question that I had about that I was curious is that, do you guys feel like as if you guys don't argue because of the past relationships that you guys have been in that was considered to be toxic? So now you're at that level just in life and as well as age, why you don't argue anymore? Because I feel like, everybody has been at that point. So it's like now that you basically learn who you are, and for those that do deal with arguments, that do have their issues, like, how long do you necessarily wait to be able to, know like, okay, this person is going to grow just like you grew? Or is this just something that you just kind of knew with that particular person, like head on? Like, I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is, but I've never had a bone in me to just ever argue with this individual. Like, so. Yes. Well, how can you explain that a little bit further for those that do deal with disagreements and arguments?
I'll step in real quick and say I was married prior to meeting Karen, and when she met me, I was in the process of separation and eventually a divorce. And I cheated in my former relationship, and I lied in my former relationship. And my ex-wife is still very close to me, close to us.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship. We're family. We'll do anything for each other, vice versa, all of us. Her family, my family, we're all one tribe. And I just didn't want to take God's blessings, the Creator's blessings for granted this time around. When we first met, like I said, we didn't say, but we didn't date. First time we met each other, it was on. We got it in like immediately. It wasn't. We didn't know each other like that.
Well, I kind of figured once you watched the erotic poetry.
Right.
Was the first common conversation?
It wasn't.
No, I'm just messing.
I'll be honest. I'm an energy person. I'm a vibe person, and when Karen has a great energy. She's very loving. It's not. I don't know nobody that can say they have anything bad to say about her. Even if it's a critique, it's still a critique in love. But I'm keeping my word on this go round. I'm just whatever. We've been in play parties. We've had situations with other couples, other people. She's went off and did something. I went off and did something. In terms of stepping out of our relationship in terms of sexual things, but even in that, it's always a conversation. I learn from her. I learn to be brave, to speak truth, even if it ain't even hard, because whenever we even feel like we might even get into something with anybody else or anything else, financial, spiritual, physical, family, the question marks of the future, how we feel in that moment, if it's a moment of inadequacy, if I feel less than, she don't feel like she's more than she should be, we always come back to the table and we just discuss it. And we 45 and 46. I ain't got no time, and I'm quite sure you agree with me. We ain't got no time to be arguing about stuff that we could just talk about. And the most important thing is just my goal for our relationship was for it to be golden. Golden means the way we went in is the way we gonna leave this relationship. We're gonna leave this relationship knowing that we haven't lied to one another. We haven't done anything foul to one another. And I owe that to what I put my ex-wife through. And I owe that to her. And I owe that to anybody that I talk to moving forward. I have to be brave enough to speak truth, whether it hurts somebody or it don't. Because she speaks truth, and I admire her for that. I think she's brave and courageous for saying something that some people would stutter, mutter, and be like, I did something, or no, she'll just say, hey, you want to know? You want to know what happened? You want to know what's going down? Hey, babe, someone did X, Y, and Z. And I'll be like, okay, it gives me time. Give us time to process it and deal with our. Afterwards, we come back to the table. So, that's where we at.
Nice.
Cool.
I think you. Yep. Go ahead, Kira. Go ahead.
I think for me, I had been in enough relationships, especially that last relationship, where it was just arguing. It was insecurities. I couldn't walk outside. I grew up hearing enough arguing. So when I said I would wash my hands and I was ready to, sow my royal oats and do whatever, I didn't. I really wasn't looking for a relationship. And it just it was literally God ordained this. And I just wanted to do something differently. I wanted somebody that could understand me, that could, feel my spirit, someone that I could be on one accord with. And literally, we finish each other's sentences. We literally say things at the same time. Sometimes we have the same thought process. When it comes to some things, they may be different. Do we sometimes disagree? Or, but we always we just talk about it. It's no reason for me to yell or raise my voice. It's no reason for us to expose our children to that. They've never seen us, other than play wrestling or running through that. That's the only thing that they've seen us be playful, but that's just not what we wanted to do. We wanted to first keep God first. And under that, to love each other, you know, love her as I love myself. I put her before, you know, I think of her feelings. I try to think of the things that she may need before she even needs them, whether it's little things like, you know, making her coffee on the way out the door, trying to pack her lunch, or just, you know, just those little things. Just try to be very mindful of her and her feelings as she does me. So yes, I was sick and tired already, and I just wanted something new, something different, something that felt different, someone that could really, really, really speak to my spirit. And when you said that, it just hits a little, it just hits a little differently. Like literally one time we had a little get together and she was at the card table and I was over on the couch and we locked eyes. In that moment, I can't tell you, like my heart did like a duh, 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 like, and it's like I could see into her spirit. I could just feel it for a second before I could like just catch my breath. And somebody else caught that. And they're like, wow, like I felt that. I had never felt that in my life with anyone. I never felt like during the time when I first met her, I still had a full set on. I still had my lashes done. I mean, bad lips, you know, boots, heels, bad. You know, I'm bad either way. But I prefer a suit now.
Yes, you are, girl.
I had all my dresses and skirts. I was able to really walk into the authentic me, because back then I was literally walking in the person that someone else wanted me to be. So I really found who I was when I was with her, and she literally embraced all of that. Okay, well, if this is what you feel more comfortable in wearing, even when it came down to job, I was working at the hospital where I met Tiffany, and I was just like, you know, this is not for me anymore. I feel something greater. I want to walk, you know, I'm ready to walk away and I'm ready to work for myself. And in that moment, it was like, okay, you got my support. It's just, she always backed me. She always supported me. You know, if we struggled together, but we learned from that struggle and it brought us to where we are today. And I'm literally grateful for everything we've watched other people go through and watch things unfold in front of our eyes. And it has taught us like, yo, we wouldn't dare. Like, are they crazy? And that's how we go about things, and we laugh about things. We play. I love to give her wet willy. She hates it. I know it pisses her off. I love to wrestle in the bed, whether it's, you know, our time alone and I just, hey, we about to snatch these phones. I lay on a boob, go to sleep, or we just have our moment just to unwind. And it's especially because we have, you know, 3 kids. It is very, very vital to us that we make time for ourselves, because our world is hectic. We both work, the kids, band schedule, after school, daycare, and we just have to learn how to find time for ourselves and to give us that
balance.
Yes. This is a good segue into our meat of our conversation tonight. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. How do you keep romance in your relationship? I'm not asking anyone in particular, so anybody can speak. How do you keep your relationship spicy and romantic?
Schedule the time. Because again, your life is so busy. So sometimes you just gotta schedule in a little, this is what we doing. We getting away from everybody. This our weekend. Don't plan nothing, don't do nothing. It's just us. And sometimes just walk around the house naked sometimes. You know, that's always a good.
I like that one. I like that one.
If you get a stare or take, you know, that's gonna start something.
Yeah.
Sometimes we exercise. I'll exercise. Now we're exercising every 10 minutes. 10 minutes a night is our thing, but it's actually longer than that. But I'll exercise in a bra. And you know, because we're motivating each other, but
right.
And it's still like, well, just little things and planning, because life is busy and we're older. We got so many responsibilities. Sometimes you just got to plan it out.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, give me some more, y'all. Y'all.
I think you just, you know, like they're saying, you got to plan and be proactive. And though we didn't get to talk about the arguments the other day, we were in the middle of a disagreement. And Chuck just came and sat next to me as nude as the day he was born. And I was like, how you expect me to stay mad? I can't. You know, I'm sitting there like, what's swinging, what's hanging, and I'm trying to. I'm trying my best to be like, what was I even thinking about?
Right.
So, you know,
that's so funny. I was gonna ask too how y'all have healthy eating arguments.
When we argue, when we get away from each other, right? Like I may go to work or go to the gym or something like that. We have time to think over it, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we come back to the table and we talk about it in times to see how we can fix the problem.
Fix the problem. I mean, you know, the goal is that we are going to be together.
Right.
And we're going to work through whatever it is we have to work through. And that's something that we came, you know, he had been married before. I had been married twice before. So this is my third marriage. And I was like, oh, heck, I'm not going anywhere. We just going to just work this out. But the romance, I'm going to tell you something that I don't know. I haven't really talked a lot to Chuck because I didn't talk about this in this. I deal with a lot of health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And health issues can take away your libido. It can take away the drive. It's a horror show. And I literally went into the doctor one day and I said, look, I'm married to a man 11 years younger than me. Y'all are signing all these pills and tests and
girl,
we got to do something. And and I had a really good doctor. She was like, well, you know what? There are 2 medications. If we can get your blood pressure right, there's 2 different medications that are out there for women. She said, there's an app out there called Rosie. I want you to go get that. And I was like, okay. And literally, it is all about even sexual meditation. You know, I'm a woman over 50, so I'm also dealing with that time of life as well. So, you know, sometimes you got to be real proactive about, you know, what you're doing.
Right.
And taking that time, preparing yourself. And I'm talking to all of y'all because y'all, I guess y'all younger than me, but preparing yourself and your body, you know, as you go through these changes in life and whatever, to be able to still be, you know, attractive, still be, you know, in the mood. And I think taking that time for yourself, even before your partner is even there, you know, go ahead and have a little sexy thought going on. Go ahead and pull out something that's cute, you know, read a little erotica. I mean, come on, let's do what we got to do. Keep the fire.
Put the red draws on.
When I'm away.
But I think another thing that's really important too is that us as women, when we feel ourselves going through things, whether it's due to medications or natural causes, that it's imperative that we have that discussion with our partners. Because one thing that I've learned, and I've had the issue because of medication, is my partner thought that I wasn't attracted to him anymore.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that. So I had to reassure him that, no, it's not you. Trust me, it's me. I know it sounds cliche.
No,
but
we've been there, done that. We've been there, done that.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that communication, I think, is the key to the foundation actually of romance. Letting your partner know what you feel, what you need, what you want, and vice versa. Because how can you please someone if you don't know what pleases them? So, and the other thing I was going to say is, if you don't know your partner's love languages, get to know their love language. Because that could also play a key part in the romance within the two of you.
Yeah. Love that. Love those points. Love those points. Anybody else want to share? What else? How do you keep the romance and the spice in your relationships, even whether it's 2 years or 8 years? How do you keep the romance in your relationships? I know for us,
well,
what is that?
What has he got?
That looks like a dildo or something vibrating. Something that moves electrically.
We done brought the toys to the doggone podcast.
I didn't know.
And then he's looking so serious, like, what did I do? What happened? I don't know what that was. I don't know. So, Bugsy, you got something you want to tell us? You got something you want to tell us? You got something you want to tell us?
I mean, she said surgeries. I had 5, so I took both shoulders. I had a knee surgery. I had hernia surgery, and I just had carpal tunnel surgery. And my hand is chopped chicken right now. But yeah, we got to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about it, and we got to take the time to really take that time for your partner. Like, it ain't always the old school when we was kids, love making. No, I mean, sometimes a rub down, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you cook for somebody, sometimes you set the ambiance of the room, sometimes you lay something out to give them a shower and a rub down, you know, or you bring flowers to the job, or you call them and have a conversation, ask them how their day going. It's so many different variations. You put gas in their car, clean their car out.
I'm
you know
telling you, that will
Leave
go
a note
good
in
with
there.
me. Fill my gas tank up and clean the car, and I'm great.
I mean, you know, hey, give them some little extra money. Hey, go shopping. You know, you ain't asked for it. Here you go. I mean, there's so many different things that you could do to express love. And y'all, we talking about, like, I'm not a Valentine's Day person. You know what I'm saying? I do it because she asked me to. Like, last year we didn't do it because I'm not a Valentine's Day, but I'm celebrating this year for her. But I mean, because you show love all year round. 365. It's like Black History. This ain't just Black History for February. It's Black History 365. You know, you're supposed to show love all year round. So not on your anniversaries or any particular days. But I mean, Valentine's Day, I got something in store for her, and you know, nothing wild and crazy, like, you know.
Because I didn't, and I tried it his way. I wanted to try it his way. We're not gonna do nothing. So last year I was like, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't gotta do nothing, and I ain't like it.
I love Valentine's. It's my
I
favorite
do
part of the year.
Exactly. I love Valentine's. So I said, baby, we can't do it no more.
Well,
Go ahead, Kira.
On my 2 years thus far, but some of the things definitely that you guys just mentioned too, but just to keep the romance for sure. For starters, my boyfriend, so he's a plumber full time out here in Florida, and you guys know how this heat is in general. So I definitely do. It's weird because I enjoy cooking for myself, but I never really enjoy cooking for others. So I just enjoy, like, not just having like his dinner, but also having his lunch prepared. Because I'm an only child, and he's the only child too. But and like I said, I've been like in and out of my like little situationships, but I've been a single woman, like living on my own. So it's easier for me to just look out for me, the best way to put it. So it feels good to be able to, you know, just start off with that. Like, I never made sure the lunch was prepared with a little extra to it. For anybody, I don't got kids, you know what I'm saying? So I was preparing my lunch. So I enjoyed that. But, you know, I definitely like to, you know, have on different attire sometimes when he gets off work to just, you know, make his evening. We definitely, both of us have a balance of giving us both massages, like full body massages. I started now doing like meditation baths. So we do meditation baths, like body scrubs with each other. And shout out to, even though we just found out we've been saying it wrong, but I still say Timu. So shout out to Timu because I got a lot of like different like couple and like relationship, like fun, like different variety of like card games and stuff to play. So, you know, to get us off social media, to be all the way real, because, you know, a lot of times it's quick to, like, you can, even if you're watching a series, it's quick to grab that phone and you caught up. And then sometimes too with just series, like, it's easy to get caught up in the Netflix series too. So I mean, that's a romantic thing that we do as well. Let's not get it twisted, but like, let's just keep connecting. So now it's gotten to a point where like we can already know the answers to each other's cards, which is cool, but still, so that's just like some things. But even just us, we like paying attention to each other when it comes down to like just naming random things that we want to do, like, you know, and like just speaking of it and then following up and then actually like doing it, you know, even just down to like the simplest things, like, you know, I like, you know, going to a rooftop bar, you know, I'm all about scenery, you know, I like the ocean, I'm all about water. So it's like, you know, remembering that for the weekend and then doing so. You know, same thing with him. Like he's more adventurous. So like he, you know, like likes kayak and things like that, you know, randomly trying stuff. So keeping that just excitement like going in general with just like the fun, I guess, like type of things that we do. But even just with the romance to me of like it's a lot that I can name, but but even
oh, look at her blushing again. I'm enjoying it.
But trust me, he get on my nerves, but I love him. But no, I just real say like even just it's so funny that you mentioned like, you know, wrestling in the bed. Like for Christmas, I got us like 2 little styrofoam like swords, like where we just have our moments. You're like, when you get on my nerves, but we have it. But and it's weird because it's our romantic way of like probably like a little bit of both. You got on my nerves this week, so I'm like, you know, but it's a styrofoam. But then at the same time, like it's being that inner child with you, you know, and it makes us so like vulnerable. Yes. And so then with that vulnerability now becomes that intimacy, now becomes that touching and that, you know, so it's a lot of like different to me. Like you guys mentioned, you know, like romance that you can do when it comes down to just like the power, like when you really do love somebody. And even just things that you, like I said, could be as basic as cooking that you didn't realize that you wasn't doing for others until you met that person to do it for, you know?
Oh, I love that. Those were great. Those were great. What about you, Tiffany? What do you and Yuri do? I know for us, date nights is a really big deal.
Yeah.
With having kids, date night, we have to schedule in those date nights and keep them, like hold each other accountable for those date nights. And we've never had a bad date. I don't care what Cedric and I go through. Even when we're mad at each other, we make sure we do our dates and we still have a good date. Never had
no, we've gone on a date during a silent treatment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because there's really this silent treatment, I hate using that term, but when he's in his space and I'm in mine and we're not speaking to each other, it's because we're trying to process something that we don't want to bring the other person in because it's an internal thing. But once we get over processing it, then that's when we come to the table and talk about it. But as far as like dates, like example, this weekend we turned our phones off, and we just vegged out in the house, watched Netflix, and I cooked and just enjoyed each other's company because he's been working a lot.
Yeah.
So and then every Sunday, usually it's every Sunday, we go out for milkshakes. Like that's our thing.
Nice. So you have something to look forward to every Sunday. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like Friday and Saturday nights is like our TV night. Like we have our shows that we watch. And you know, but I try my best to make sure that when he comes home from working, because I don't work. So when he comes home from working, I want to make sure that he's able to relax, he's able to eat, take a shower, whatever he's got to do, because that's my way of showing my appreciation to him for being able to go out there and provide for the house.
Yeah.
And then he shows his appreciation to me by spending time with me and talking with me and listening to me and all of that good stuff. So we have been planning on doing like maybe once a month or once every other month going out of town. Because I'm a empty nester now. And and so
must be nice.
Doesn't it feel good?
Like a little bit easier.
Must be nice.
So but yeah, we're planning on doing like out of town trips, like weekend trips and stuff. So which we've already started since I've been on the podcast.
Yes, because you know I love to travel. That's my self-care is travel. So okay, I love this. This was great. So I'm gonna go to each couple because we're about to wrap it up. One tip for the couples that are watching, because we've had a lot of viewers tonight, so and still watching. So one tip from each couple. Go the Houstons. I'm going in order as I see you. So if I put you on the spot, that's why. One tip for couples.
Keep it spontaneous. Keep it spontaneous. Keep love alive. It can be done. It's all what you put in it. If each person puts their all and puts each other first, you got it. You got it together. So just love. You only go around one time, you know, and just have fun while doing it. And keep God first.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, all right. Bugsy and Winter Storm. One tip for couples out there to keep it spicy and romance.
Remember that your relationship is your relationship. You don't have to compare it to anybody else's. You don't have to allow them to set the pace or the rules or the regulations. It is your relationship. Enjoy yourself. Do what makes y'all smile. Have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Right. Don't let anyone in your relationship. That's a big one. And just enjoy each other. I love it. Okay. All right. The lover and the giver. What you got? What you
gonna say?
Focus in prayer. Focus on the needs of your spouse. And pray hard for your spouse and your marriage. You know, there's a lot of people that's going through. I'll just say this. I've seen throughout a couple of months the husbands walk out on the wives, which I've never seen throughout, because we both come from double parent marriages. And, you know, I could speak for myself. I've seen my mama and daddy go through hell and hot water, but I've also seen them go through highs within their lives, you know, highs and lows within their lives. But I've seen them, I've seen them outgrow the lows within their lives. I've seen them grow. So I would say stay encouraged. I would say stay focused. And I'm talking to the husbands as well. Pray hard and, you know, keep the faith and, you know, just keep going, be strong, be encouraged.
Yeah.
I want to say just keep communication. Don't stop talking. You know, I don't care if it's good, bad, or indifferent. One of the things that we said at the beginning was always tell me your truth. Always tell me your truth, because I want to be able to understand. So that's one thing through all of these years, 9 years, and some of the truth hasn't been pretty, but we always are very, very honest with each other. There's no, you know, no hiding, no lies. So keep communicating, keep talking.
Yes. Tiffany. Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Don't listen to everybody. Watch spirits.
Yeah, watch the people around you.
Watch your spirits.
Yes.
There's a lot of bad spirits.
Yes.
Throughout this, you know, world that'll tell you any and everything.
Yeah, always trying to tear people apart. It's terrible out there. It's really, really bad. So, and I heard other people say they've experienced that. So, yeah. Watch around you.
Yeah, the devil is attacking families, especially even more so now. So don't let anybody come in between you. Tiffany, your tip. What do you think you and Yuri would say?
I was gonna say the communication, but think outside of the box. Think outside the box on creative ways to make your union or your relationship or your partnership fun, because the one thing you don't want to do is have everything just become mediocre and comfortable, because then their resentment can grow from that. So just, you know, try to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, love it. Kiera, and I'm sorry, that was rude of me. I didn't ask you what your boyfriend's name is. What is your boyfriend's name? You're on mute.
He's a battle rapper. He goes by a Lil Syke.
Okay, Lil Syke. So for you and Lil Syke, what would you say? What would you suggest to other couples when it comes to keeping your relationship romantic?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we're still growing ourselves. We definitely have our good, bad, ugly days for sure. So I think the biggest thing is just having God in the center of our relationship, but then two, just honestly, just I know it may sound weird when I say this, but hear me out for a second. But just honestly, like falling in love, like with ourselves individually, which would keep allowing for us to pour into love with each other. So I think a lot of times, sometimes when you fall in love, I think that we learned this like our first year, like we kind of fell in love so deep with one another that we also took a pause in a sense with like continuously loving ourselves and making sure that we're better in our communication, better in our spirit, better in our finances. So now that we're like growing into that, it's just, to me, I definitely say like keep falling in love with you, and when you keep falling in love with yourself, I feel like that love is easy to pour to your significant other just as much as it's easy to pour into your best friend, just as much as it's easy to pour to all the energy that you give with your 9 to 5 or your entrepreneurship. So I just feel like you got to have like that, just as much as that same respect that you give a lot of times to things that we may consider to be higher than, especially on my end because I'm not married. So a relationship. So that's just something that I'm learning myself because I put my career on such a huge pedestal that I didn't, and I put Kitty Mo on such a huge pedestal that I wasn't still fall in love with like Kiera Wilson, and then as well as being able to like now give out that love like to my man more. So that's what we're working on going into like our second year right now, just for sure. So fall in love with yourself while you're in a relationship still too.
I love that. I love that. I don't think I've heard that before. So I love that. Keep falling in love with yourself. Because one thing I've learned, and I've been married before to Judith. I've been married before, so this is not my first time being married. Is that a lot of times people lose themselves in their relationships because they're so focused on the other person. And then especially when it's an unhealthy relationship, a toxic relationship, just not a good relationship at all, you tend to lose yourself. So if you're practicing loving yourself and pouring into yourself, then when you're loving yourself, it's so much easier to love your partner when you're continuously loving yourself. So I needed that. I think I needed to hear that tonight. It's just continuously.
I needed to remind myself that. So definitely.
Yeah, that's what
you realize that you love yourself, naturally speaking. Like I feel like all of us in this room is confident, right?
Right.
And I know definitely much so for myself, like with my flaws and all, like I can be even 10 times more transparent with the lifestyle that I've lived and things that I've gone through. But I still know that I've always had this like natural, just like, okay, love for me. But I channel all that love on my end. I can only speak for my life with true dreams. As like I said, again, I call it Kitty Mo. So as like Kitty Mo, I went so tunnel vision with like that love that I wasn't really actually like loving literally all of me at one time, and then being able to like love myself so much that that when I walked into a relationship or got into a friendship or businessship, like it came 100% out of love. Sometimes it came out of pride, sometimes it came out of ego, sometimes it came because of money, sometimes it came because we felt like, oh, this was just perfect timing, like it comes from so many different, which is what Chuck and them pointed out, energies. We don't realize that a lot of times, like we already know, all of us are sinners. All of us, each of us can honestly probably been told, somebody else can easily say like, oh, she had an evil spirit, he had evil spirit, just like we could say to others, right? But at the end of the day, I think the power is that like when you realize that you so filled with like fall in love with yourself on a spiritual aspect, on an emotional aspect, on a financial aspect, on a mental and emotional, now you can be able to attract automatically just good energy, like moving forward. Like how we have this conversation right now together. Like this is not based off, off anything except for energy, to me. So I think that once you really like are learning and developing yourself into just becoming more love and peace, which is what all of you guys mentioned, you have individuals like ourselves right now tonight on this phone. And you don't get that often, but when you do get it, you take advantage of it. So to me, I had to really fall in love a little bit more with myself because I had to take more accountability. Like, well, you was bringing in this particular energy because you was lacking that department of loving you on that aspect. And it's okay though. So don't be mad at you for that too. So you know, now I'm learning to not be mad at myself because I'm very hard on me. So, you know, I'm really learning like, okay, but being hard on me also made myself be hard on a relationship and in relationships and, you know, with the arguments, quote unquote. So I admire you guys and y'all like, y'all not arguing. I'm like, what? What? Because, you know,
oh my God,
out of mouth, you know. But
I love
however,
it.
It's just like like the more that he's falling in love with himself and being proud of himself every day with what he's doing. The same thing with me. Like now, okay, we're like, okay, it's just like a magnet now. It's like, oh, you feeling good, so I'm feeling good, so you know, and so it's a journey, you know, still. But that's that's the best tip I can give is keep falling in love with you more than
I love that. I love that. I've been on the journey of self-love this last year. And when I tell you it has totally changed my perspective on so many things, it's just falling in love with myself again because I lost myself. So I totally and completely 1,000% agree with that. So we are at our time. Everybody tell us how we can get in contact with you. I'll start with Judith and Brandon. How can people find you on social media?
I'm mostly on Facebook, Judy Elise. There is a Lover and the Giver page. We're finally working on the Lover and Giver YouTube channel. Chuck's on more social media than I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The Lover, you know, Mr. Excitement, MrExcitement. But also follow us on The Lover and the Giver. You'll see some interesting stories.
Yep, I'm tagging you right now so people can follow y'all.
Pictures, you know, all of that stuff. Matter of fact, when we first got married, because we both were married. I know you got to wrap it up or whatever. We're about to wrap it up too because we got some business to handle. Trying to handle some business.
Shut up.
You'll basically see us get married at my man's house. We didn't do a big church or anything.
You on Instagram? Chuck's on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm on Instagram,
LinkedIn, TikTok. He's on all of that.
You can tick the talk or whatever, but you know, go ahead and wrap it up.
Tick the talk.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay,
trying to hit something.
Yeah, exactly.
And Chuck said he definitely wants to hit something as soon as we get off of this podcast.
My wife.
All right, Houston, how can we find y'all?
You can find me at Donnie Houston on Facebook. I really don't fool with anything else. I'm a little old school.
Okay.
You can find me, Kasera Houston, on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You can also find me at DK3R Ultimate Creations Inc.
Okay, tell me that one more time because we believe in business. Say it one more time, a little bit slower. DK
3R. The number 3 R. Ultimate Creations.
Ultimate
Inc.
Creations. Got it. Creations.
Okay. And the E in creation. Creation starts with a K.
Okay.
And the E is a 3.
And the E is a 3. Got it. And is that on Instagram? Yep. Okay.
It's on Facebook.
Got it.
It's on Facebook. And it's on Instagram as well.
Okay. On Facebook and Instagram. Okay. I got it. I got it tagged. Okay, cool. Bugsy and Winter, how can we find you on social media?
Bugsy Calhoun, Facebook, IG, Karen L. Joyner Washington on Facebook. You can also find her on IG. If you find me, you'll find her because that's what we do. Nice, short, and sweet.
Okay. All right. Got it. Tiffany, how do we find you on social media?
Facebook is Tiffany Knowlton. Instagram is sweet_T_with_Tiffany. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And of course, our beautiful guest co-host, Miss Kiera. Tell us how we can find you.
Kitty Mo True Dreams, KIDMO True Dreams or True Dreams Radio.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on tonight and sharing with the world how to keep romance alive in your relationships, your marriage, your partnerships, your situationships, whatever it is that you have, whatever you're happy in, no matter what your dynamic. Keep it spicy and keep it alive. I'll be posting some of the tips that were shared tonight in our follow-up post tomorrow, all throughout the week. So please share this on your social media so that you can share with other people how to keep romance alive in your relationship. Thank you for watching tonight. This is the Private Room with Tiffany. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.